I said to myself, Starson, I'm not sure if you should even do the infertility video. It's really emotional. I don't like to cry. And I didn't want to have like a downer video. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait on it. And then, sorry, Dave Rubin, you happen to open floodgates and give me the opportunity to just be royally fucking pissed about the infertility conversation. So let's get into it, kids. Let's get into it. So I'm going to preface this with I have infertility, unexplained. No, it's not because I'm fat, all right? Before anyone comes at me, I had multiple tests done. My hormone levels, my fertility levels, everything's normal. They don't know why I can't carry a kid. I also have 3 miscarriages, possibly 4. But the thing is, when you don't get that positive pregnancy test, you still know the signs. But after a while, infertile women, we kind of get triggered by pregnancy tests. We just stop buying them. It's not worth it to keep seeing no every single month for 9 years. So Dave Rubin, who, by the way, I had no idea you were even gay, Dave. Oops. Apparently, he went through IVF and surrogacy, and he is now expecting twin babies. I am super thrilled for you, Dave. I am super thrilled for you. I am super thrilled for your husband. I have no idea what his name is, but super thrilled for both of you. Apparently, my fellow Republicans, they don't feel the same.
Well, litmus test this past week. Okay, if you want to see if your favorite conservative icon is one of us, is really American first, is really Christian, just see what they said about that pedophile couple that are trafficking kids. What's her name again?
Are you talking about Dave Rubin?
Oh, Dave Rubin. That's
Dave
it. Yeah,
Rubin.
Dave Rubin. Yeah. Coming soon, baby one. Where did they steal this kid from? That's 2 men.
Well,
2 men are gay.
Yeah,
they can't have kids.
It's got to pop out first, and then that's when they snatch them.
Oh, that's when they steal it.
Yeah,
okay.
That's when they steal it. But that's like plotting a crime right there. So somebody should probably do something about that.
Sheriff Opile? Should we call Sheriff Opile? Someone needs to deal with this.
We should call somebody because I have a kidnapping in process.
Seriously, look.
I have seen Christians and Republicans and everyone else showing up on video to state how much they are pissed at him. It's child trafficking. He's buying a human. He's doing this. Why didn't he adopt? Oh, this is a pedophile. Out of every single fucking one of you. This man wanted a biological child, and guess what? He suffered from infertility too. He apparently had a couple of miscarriages back in the summer. But they kept trying. And then people are sitting there trying to virtue signal, oh, but the poor Ukrainian women that are surrogates. Number one, none of you even fucking knew about it until Russia decided to invade Ukraine. So right there, buddy, I don't give a shit about your virtue signaling. I don't give a single flying fuck. Don't sit there and come at me with those stories. Well, my sister was a surrogate, or my friend was a surrogate to her siblings, and she was emotionally manipulated. I'm going to lay it out for you. I'm going to lay a very simple streamline on how surrogacy works. You volunteer for the program. You can donate your eggs, or the person that's asking you to be a surrogate provides for you. Here's what surrogacy does. You get your medical bills taken care of. You get travel taken care of. Aftercare for anything that caused the pregnancy for you. Not only that, you get paid on top of it, all right? So we're just going to start there. You're getting paid anywhere between $10,000 to $40,000. Okay? And they're like, oh, well, they're exploiting women's bodies. These women choose it. Okay? Anything you choose to go do, 100% voluntarily, no one's fault but yours. No one's emotionally manipulating you. And I hate when people say that, because emotionally manipulating means, okay, well, I really wanted you to give me a ride somewhere. Oh, I want you to give me a hug. Emotionally manipulating through an IVF process is impossible. Do you understand how long it takes? Here's the first thing. When you're a surrogate, you give up sex. Yeah, you can't have sex for roughly, I think, like 9 months before and during the first part of the pregnancy, because you can't risk your own body aborting the baby by accident. So that's the first thing. You have to go through hormones. You have to go through injections. You have to go through a special diet in some cases, all to get your body ready to make a baby. Then you have to travel to get to the parent and make sure that they can see the baby developing, all of that jazz, and it's contractual. Not every single surrogate mother separates from the baby's life. Sometimes gay couples say, hey, since you are technically the birth mother of that child, do you want to be in their life? And they choose that. People are saying that Dave Rubin is ripping a child from its mother's arms. Okay, so what about a gay couple that then goes and adopts a baby that a woman gave up? How is that any different? Oh, it's terrible, it's cruel, it's horrible. Fuck all of you. Dead ass. There are thousands of women across this country who will never get a chance to be a mother. And they have to go through these processes. And here's the kicker. When you do them, you're never guaranteed a baby. Ever. You could go through this lengthy, expensive, and very hard on your body process and still not have your baby. That's how desperate they are to have their own child. And if you don't know what that desperation feels like, then you can't talk about it. Because I know what that desperation is like. I tried for a very long time. And I don't want to cry about this, but I tried for a very long time. And the day I got pregnant was one of the most wonderful days of my life. Only to find out only a few weeks later it was gone. Before I even got a chance to even see it on an ultrasound. Don't tell me what's cruel and what's not. What's cruel is everybody asking me, where's the baby? What's cruel is every time you're around other women who are pregnant, everyone wonders how many children you have. What's cruel is hating someone for wanting to be a parent. And I'm so pissed. I don't get this pissed about stuff, but I'm so pissed that you people would get so angry about someone bringing a child into the world. There is less anger about abortion coming from the right. I've never seen such vitriol at a pregnancy announcement. I thought the anti-breeders were bad. Yeah, that's a thing. There is a whole sect of humans in the world that think no one should get pregnant ever at all, and that you're evil if you do. So God almighty, let's not even get into that. But to tell somebody that because they wanted to have a child, because they're bringing a child into this world in a way that you don't deem as morally right, that they're evil, how dare you? How dare you condemn that? And a lot of people wish the children didn't exist. Well, why doesn't he go and adopt? Adopted children and children in the adoption system and in the foster system are not objects for you to go select on a shelf when you can't make your own kid. They are not the second best or, oh, well, this is a good backup plan. They're humans too. And if you want to adopt a child, great. But they should not be well, I couldn't make a kid, so you're good enough. That's not how you do it. That is not how you enter into it. It is a horrible way to enter into it, and it is a horrible way to think about it, and it's a horrible thing to suggest to people. If you're coming from a good place where you're like, listen, I know you couldn't have children, but there are children that, you have connected with that want you to be their mother or whatever, that's a different matter entirely. But I'm just so infuriated at this whole thing. I haven't gotten in a Twitter war thingy mad in years. But this made me genuinely mad. I had an argument with somebody who literally told me they were morally superior because they felt that surrogacy was abusing poor women. Most surrogates are a loved one. There's someone that you know. I know, Greta. My dogs know I'm upset right now. I was screaming earlier. My husband's laughing because when I get on a rage, and he said, I gotta be like, that's fucking, that's it. I'm going to make a video. He said, you go tell him, babe. Yeah, I will. Because I'm mad. I'm so mad. This woman was sitting here and stating that, anybody that does surrogacy, they're wrong. They have to go adopt. Da, 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 da. No, they don't. And the amount of money they spend, the amount of procedures they go through, the amount of medications they have to take, do yourself a favor, look it up. It's a painful amount. These people are desperate to make their own child. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry. My entire life, all I wanted to be was a mom. That's all I wanted out of life. I would have been happy with my life if nothing else. I said it in another video. I know what it's like to look and be envious of others. I know what it's like to look and want something so bad that you're never going to have. Every time I see a mom with a little child and they have just those cute little moments where they're cuddling or they're loving, and I know I'm never going to have that. I don't hate that mother for it. And I don't judge how she had that child. I have friends who were exceedingly fertile. They thought they were done with having babies. And then they met somebody new and they wanted to have another child and had to go through IVF. Why is that bad? If you will allow any other medical procedure that could save your life or further yourself, why would you be mad about that? No one's getting hurt. No one's getting killed. They are trying to bring a new life into this world. Here's what they do. After all of those procedures and shots and everything, they take the eggs, they take the sperm, and then they try to make all of them fertilize. Generally, you get sometimes only one, sometimes you get 20. And then they have to genetically test them because many of those babies don't make it either. So then you've got to take the healthy ones. And because it's so expensive, that's why you'll see multiple IVF ends up with quadruples or triplets or twins because they put as many embryos in as is safe at the time. So that way they get the chance to be parents. You have no idea what you're judging. You have no idea what you're talking about. Infertility is one of the least talked about things in society. So many people don't even realize what goes into IVF. It's a taboo. Women that can't make babies, we feel like we're ashamed of ourselves. I can't imagine what it's like to be someone who literally has no option in producing. I have zero problem with gay couples wanting to have children. And most of them will actually make sure there is a opposite gender parent in that child's life anyway. If you've never struggled with losing a child, if you've never struggled with staring at pregnancy test after pregnancy test after pregnancy test, just wishing for one to stick, if you've never seen an emotional breakdown of a woman who's so mad at her own body because she couldn't do the one thing she's supposed to do, which is protect her child. And she can't. Not even with her own, inside her. She can't protect that child from death. You have no room to judge anyone for wanting to be a parent in whatever way that they can. You have no right. You don't. I've been there. I've had the breakdowns. Years of just wishing. It doesn't happen. And I have to be okay with that. I have to live with that and be okay with it. And I will. I'm slowly getting there. I always wanted to adopt as well. So for me, adoption was, I always wanted my own kids, and then I wanted to go find more kids, and then more kids. I just wanted, as my mother used to say, because she wanted it too, a football team. And Hendrix, all my animals are coming to me because they know how upset I am. I know that this is a little more rough than my normal videos, and I know that this is a little more emotional than my normal videos, and I actually hate crying in front of people. It's one of my least favorite things to do. Hi, Orion. Yes, I know. The whole menagerie's coming in. I get it. And because it's a sign of weakness to me in a lot of ways, but you know what else this is? This is a sign. You're not helping. Get down. From the moment I was 5 years old, I wanted to be a mom. That was when I found out that women make babies. It was when I made the connection that the round belly, the baby was in there, and it wasn't a stork. And I wanted that my whole life. I picked out my kids' names when I was 12. Everyone else dreams of marriage. I didn't know who the guy would be. I didn't know who I would fall in love with. I had no idea. But I knew that if I did, we were going to be parents. My husband and I built our entire lives on being parents. We got purposely, when we got married, we took on Hendrix. We took on opposite jobs. He worked in the night, I worked during the day. So if we had children, they would always have someone home. We made sure that when we got an apartment, it was a 2-bedroom. So we would have a nursery. Hendrix is going to join us for a little while, apparently, guys. He is. I know he doesn't make an appearance very often, but he is one of my comfort buddies. He knows when I'm upset, and he comes and finds me. And he's a good boy. He came at my house. Huh. A lot of folks like to make fun of me for all the animals that I have, because I tend to find... No, you cannot get on my computer, sir. I tend to get them to come to me all on their own. And yes, I will pet you. There you go. I know I'm rambling a little, but that's because none of you understand unless you've been through this. And Dave, I am so sorry that people have put you through this. I am so sorry that at a moment when you finally realize your baby's stuck and they're alive and they're healthy and they're growing, that people would turn on you so viciously, especially because they're on your political side. Because that's the worst thing. Apparently, all it took was a gay Republican having babies for both the left and the right to unite in anger. Because there are Democrats mad at him too. Again, apparently it's child trafficking. So, all right. So it's child trafficking. Got you. I gotta write that down in the notebook here. I understand if you don't understand it. Maybe you don't want kids. Maybe having kids was easy for you. But it's not for everybody. And a lot of us don't talk about it because it's not polite to talk about. It's not polite to bring up that all your kids died. It's not polite to bring up that you have unexplained infertility. It's not polite to say you have endometriosis or PCOS. But it's still there. It's still real. And there are thousands, perhaps millions of women in this country alone that suffer from it, and in silence. Maybe that's why so many Christians felt so emboldened to state their opinion. So many of them felt so ready to come at someone. Remember that there are people in your own churches that are going through this that don't say anything. There are neighbors, friends, probably even family members of yours that are going through this and don't tell you a thing because of this exact reason. Passing judgment. And I wouldn't mind, but this isn't a lifestyle choice based on some arbitrary belief. This isn't sitting there and saying, I'm making healthy choices even though I'm eating fast food every day. This isn't saying that you need to listen to what I've got to do. This isn't forcing anything upon anyone. Everybody involved is voluntary. From the surrogate to the parents to the doctors, everyone is voluntary. All of them have one goal in mind. They want to help bring a life into this world. But apparently, let's see. According to the rules of Twitter, this is, checking my notes, akin to prostitution, akin to being a pimp, buying and selling humans to human trafficking. Let's see. Also, let's see. Pedophilia. Yes. So we're just going to slap on any old label onto this because you don't agree with it. Or because you can't understand the struggle because your uterus and your testicles work perfectly fine. Well, bully for you. I am so happy. I guess you must feel the exact same way when someone needs a transplant and they've got to pay for it. That must be the case. You must feel for prosthetics. You also feel the case. Anytime someone's going to get replacement teeth, anytime they got to wear glasses, let's just throw away anything that assists someone with something that they can't do on their own due to their own biological issues. Because you know what? Why not go to the extreme on that end? So I really hope anyone that requires insulin, since your organs don't work properly and you can't produce your own insulin, I really hope you die peacefully and quietly, because clearly you're just being immoral. Because you're requiring something to help you keep living. I hope that anyone that requires a new organ, so that way that they can keep living, just let that organ die along with you. It's fine. Because clearly, that is, it's okay. I don't understand, like, when I tell you clown world, and the clown world's coming from my side of the aisle. We're supposed to be the people that think more logically, guys. Republicans are supposed to sit there and think of things in a logical sense, not with emotion and outbursts. And you people are bringing the fucking circus. I can hear the elephants. I can smell the popcorn. The clowns are dancing. I think I see the tent. You brought the whole fucking Barnum and Bailey. It's ridiculous. Congratulate the man. Thank him for the work that he does and say thank you for wanting to be a father. Because you have no idea what's in the contract of that surrogacy. You have no idea who they are. And guess what? You don't have the right to know. And that's all I got to say about all this bullshit. Because frankly, I've never been so pissed off to make a video. Because this really does hit home for me. Out of everything else that I talked about. The day that you crave being a parent so bad that your life seems hollow and will always feel hollow without that in it, then you can talk. When you always have that missing piece and you can never fix that, then you can talk. But as the granddaughter of someone who was adopted, as the best friend of someone who was adopted, as the daughter-in-law of someone who was adopted, stop using them as a bartering piece. Orphans are not a backup plan. And stop using them as such. The pro-abortion people do that, and it's disgusting already. But now you've got to do it on our side too? Let people be parents. This is a well-adjusted man that wants to be a parent. And you were fine listening to whatever he did until now. That's all I had to say. For anyone that wants to hear this, for anyone that knows what I'm going about, I hope that your journey was a lot better than mine. I want your rainbow baby. I want you to have sticky babies. I want it all. So baby dust, baby dust, baby dust. But as for me, I have come to terms that at 35 this year, I will never be a mom. And that even adoption is an expensive and lengthy and hard progress. that I don't know if I'll be able to do either. I will try because I want to adopt. But I want every one of you who wants to be a parent, I want you to have your baby. And Dave, if you ever see this, you got one person on your side. And I hope those babies grow up wonderful and happy and healthy and strong. I will talk to you all later. I'll see you in the next one. I don't have much else to say, guys. Please keep in mind that you have family and friends that are going through this too. So remember that. I want to thank everyone that does support me on my videos and my patrons. I have been trying to keep up with everyone. Thank you, everyone, for the love of the mattress videos so far. Keep an eye on No System. We got some sales coming out. And just remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, guys, I love you and be safe. Have a great day. Bye. Come rescue me. Take our child and go. You might have to close the door. I don't know. Go. Thank you. That's why you get husbands.